What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. We got to get some work done out there in the shop. For the work, though, I don't really know what we're going to do. I got a lot of things out there that I'm sure I got to get done. I know I got some PS1 Slims that we got to test. I remember this cartridge from the last episode. I'm not sure if we got it to work somewhat, but we're going to go out here and give it another go, see if there's any traces that I missed, and we might find something else to get done. I'll go ahead and announce the winner to the last episode giveaway, and that is Ryan Owens. Congratulations. You got your chance to pick out a multitude of pins. We got Zelda, Pokemon, all sorts of things. Just hit me up on Instagram to claim your prize. For everybody else out there, just be subscribed to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment down below. But anyways, guys, let's get out there. Let's get to work. Alright guys, we're in the shop. I gotta apologize for the construction. A lot of my subscribers know about that. I'm really hoping they get done soon, or just I hope maybe it might rain, so you're gonna hear clunking in the background. Who knows, the camera might shake. I kind of feel like the Langoliers are closing in on me. So anyways, what we got planned today, I got a bunch of PlayStation 1 Slim models, and I had one that was sent in. I've been putting this off for a while. This was sent in. He said it's defective. We got to get this one done. I got a terrible memory. A lot of people know that. I also got these two DSs that I cannot remember who sent them in. The problem with Instagram is I get so many messages on there, it's hard to keep up with everybody, and they kind of get buried. So to the person who sent these in, message me back before I start working on them so I know what can be done to those. I'll start working on those for the next vlog. That's why I put them up here on the desk. So anyways, let's see. We'll start out with this one. This has to be the cleanest model out of all of them that I got. I haven't opened up that other one. I paid $7 for this, I believe, in one of my garage sale videos. I wish I could make more, man, but the finds are just not out there for me right now. It has been pretty bad. But hopefully we'll have something coming soon. That one is pretty nice, and the button actually works and doesn't get stuck. That's usually a problem with these things. I can show you here that the button gets stuck, and the only real way is to kind of slam it. There we go. You can fix that by cleaning out the button, taking it apart. We'll see what we get done here with it. So anyways, I gotta hook this bad boy up. The PlayStation 1 Slims are the most sought after of all the PlayStation 1s. I believe there's 3 types total. You have the standard, the one that has AV out, and then of course the Slim. Maybe another variant, I'm not too sure. But this one, just for its sleekness, the way it works, it's a little bit more sought after, especially if you have the LCD fold-out screen, which have skyrocketed in price for whatever reason. So anyways, let's hook this up. We got Colony Wars we're going to try out here. Hopefully out of these 4, at least one of them's going to work, and we ain't got to do too much craziness done. Because over time, these hubs break, and you can fix them, but it's usually cheaper in the long run just to replace the whole hub or the whole optical drive. I don't have any, so hopefully it won't come to that. So let's see here. We'll put this on video 2 because I can remember that now. Alright, power. And now's the time I need to start putting more bundles of consoles on Macari. It's just getting closer to Christmas. I done sold the one NES. I gotta put the other one up. What's going on here? Why is this being weird? Ooh, that's not right. Let me clean this memory card here with a little isopropyl. Just like cleaning a cartridge, it does have pins. Why is this being weird? Not letting me check the memory card. Alright guys, so I discovered something. This memory card's either dirty or it just doesn't have any saves on it to begin with. I tried another memory card and it works just fine, so we're going to go with that. Let's go ahead and test this with a game and see if if it's going to load up, which is the #1 issue with these things, is they just stop loading or reading disk. So we'll put that in there. I can feel it spinning, so that's a good sign. There we go. Awesome. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's working great. Reading this like it should. I had to skip a few parts. That's because loading times on the PS1's not the greatest. A lot of people know that. So this unit is good. So what we're going to do is we are going to stop that, pull our disc out. Before I sell this, I'll clean it up a little bit better. This one's actually in really nice condition. But we'll unplug the cords and just simply plug up another one without having to pull out other cords. Alright, so we got the next unit up. Let's go ahead and give it a try and see if she'll power up for us. This one's not in the best condition. Alright. No power. Wiggle the power back here, see if I can get it to flicker for me. If I can get it to flicker, I'll mess with it. Oh, I did get the light to flicker, so this is either dirty or a bad connection in the back. Let's see here. Ooh, it is dirty. What's bad about having one of these that's dirty, rusted, something like that, it's so hard to get in there and clean that out. I hate that. There is no real good way for me to get in there and clean that. If I had some smaller tools, like a very small file, I could file that down just on the negative base right there. Yeah, I still can't get a solid connection on this thing. I tried blowing it out a little bit with a little cleaner. It's not doing it. If I have one of these that powers on that doesn't read the disc, we might be able to try. Well, now let's see if I'm holding it the right way. Let's see if this thing will read disc, and we'll see if it's salvageable. It does power on, obviously. Let's see if it'll read a disc. If it reads a disc, then it's completely salvageable. I feel it spinning. It's reading a disc. So we'll see if we got a... Yeah, see, I just touched that thing and it just flickered off. If none of these else get to working, we will Frankenstein one together if we can, and see how that goes. So I will set this right over here. Alright, next one up. Reads the memory card. Alright, so that's good. You always want to check your memory card slots. A lot of people don't realize those things do fail over time. Let's see if it'll read. If it reads, this unit's good. Alright, this one is not wanting to read. It is spinning, but it's not reading. Let's go ahead and clean the lens one time. And if that doesn't get it, then it's most likely the hub itself, which I'm not going to worry. But it'll give us a replacement for that one right there. Or we might take the innards out. We'll see what happens here. Alright. Very gentle with a Q-tip and isopropyl. Alright, let's see here. Get this disc another wiping. This one is not going to read the disc, so this one is a bust, but that's okay. It's in better condition than that one, and we can Frankenstein this together. I can just replace the optical drive from that one into this one. So let's try this last one that was sent in. Saying bad AV port. Trying to see. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Power's on. Yep, so the AV is not working. I want to see if I can get it to flicker. Oh, you see that flicker right there? Let's see. It's flickering, but it's not giving me... It's not giving me anything. I want to say that's another issue besides the port. The pins are clean. When I pull it in and out, it flickers when you cut it on, so something's... I honestly don't think that's the AV port. I think that's something internal. I would have no idea what would cause that. If any of you guys, I know I got a lot of people that always give me helpful advice. Let me know, because I'm not seeing a screen flicker when I'm adjusting around, so it doesn't seem like it's shorting or anything. Give me some ideas what to do with this one. We'll save this again for the next episode. We got this and the DS's. I'll leave them on the table, but I'm not... That's just weird. Alright. So next up, let's go ahead and set... I need to set this over here so I don't forget about it next episode. Let's pull this off. We need to make one out of two. So we got this one, which did not read. This one, which has a short. So what we need to do is take this apart and pull the drive out of it. I hate doors that do that. So let's go ahead and unscrew this guy here. Well, that just pops right up, don't it? Oh, this will be about the most... This will be like the simplest procedure I've ever done. I've never had to swap one of these out. I typically just kind of put them in the defect pile. How's that ribbon in there? It's got the pull tab. We got this one here. That ribbon is tight. There we go. So there's the good drive, which was working. Let's set that off to the side. This one, I don't know if there's anything else salvageable on it or not. Boy, the screws hold everything in place, don't you? I could probably just dump this upside down. Alright, let's put this back together. No drive. Alright, honestly, this couldn't have been a simpler procedure. I usually don't mess with these. Like I said, I'll just junk them into an auction pile. But seeing as how easy it is, if I ever accumulate them like I have now, this is actually pretty dang simple. And depending on how much these drives are, might just order some. That one didn't have the tape on it. I wonder if it was messed with previously. But anyways, let's pull this out. These pins are in there tight, man. There's that one. So this is allegedly the bad, and this is the good. So let's see. Let's see if we put it all back together, it's going to work or not. Alright, so moment of truth. We got it all hooked back up. Let's see if it will properly read the disc this time. And I know some of you are thinking, well, you got those other two that are defective. This one doesn't have a drive. The power port works, and the other one that has a bad AV port allegedly. When that was sent in, he asked to see if I could fix that one specifically. So instead of swapping out the whole innards of this one, replacing that DC, I just want to see what you guys have to say about that. Maybe there's something else I could try before I do that. That will be the final option, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, let's power this back on. Alright, let's see if it's going to read the disc. In its old, with its old drive, it did not. Now, it read last time, but it's not reading this go-around. I'm wondering if I gummed up the laser a little bit. Let's see if cleaning it will help. I'm really hoping that I put in that piece of the drive. I can't remember if I did or not. That's how bad my memory is. But we'll see here. I may have to open it back up and just double check. I've been known to make mistakes like that. We all have. You put something back together only to forget one thing. See, now it's not recognizing the disc, not spinning. I mean, it spins initially, but it does not read. Let me open this back up real fast just to see. Because I've done dumb things before. Alright, it's in. What have I done? One thing I can try here is to clean this ribbon cable. Which, it doesn't look bad, but it can always use a quick wipe down. Alright, let's see. Let's not put this back together. Let's try to trick the system to think it's on. And that way we can kind of test it from here. So we're going to plug this back up. Where's my video signal? There it is. Alright. Let's see what happens here. That is odd. It's like it seems like it's not getting any power now. Alright. Let me just double check with the other drive here. Let's try the old one out. And because I do see the potentiometer on this thing, maybe we can adjust that and fiddle around with it. Alright guys, so I have no idea why this thing is not playing now. I remember when we tested on it, if you can remember when we started, I had it, and I'm trying some experiments here. When I tested it, I held it like this. I just want to see if that's going to do anything differently. I don't work on PlayStation 1s, believe it or not. It's not one of the systems that I really mess with. I mean, I ain't going to say they're disposable, but they're just not worth the time and effort. And see, I can get it. It wants to like load the soundtrack, but it doesn't want to load the game. I have no idea. Hopefully, you guys are going to help me out with that. I'll see in the comments. They'll be like, yeah, you missed this, you missed this. I have no idea on that one. I left the screws out, so I will put this one with put this one over here for the next episode. With all the other, we only got one of those out of there to work, and we didn't have to do anything. It was just more of a test. But we will make one out of the 3, maybe 2 if we can get them all working. Until then, I have no idea. So anyways, lastly, I wanted to double check this copy of Punch-Out. I should have tested it before we actually started working on it on the last episode, just to see if it did anything differently, like if it wasn't loading at all. Because if you remember from the last episode, when we loaded it, it just jarbled up. It wanted to load. It was just real glitchy. The problem with that is that's usually a sign of a bad board. The actual EEPROMs themselves versus the pins that I fixed. Because if you remember, I had to fix some broken traces. And I just wanted to just double check and see if there's anything out of the ordinary, honestly. And I didn't miss any traces that I see. The only thing that I can think to do is maybe reflow the board. I'll try to touch this one spot, but it really doesn't look like it's broken. And we'll test it out in the game room. But I mean, I wanted to try for this person. I always tell him, you know, there's always a chance I can't get it to work. And if he'll message me and say, hey, it wouldn't even load before, that would be awesome. Because I want to know. But I am going to reflow this board, and then we will go into the game room and see if it actually fixed it, which I hope it did. Alright guys, so here is what I did. I don't know. I don't see any other traces that are cut. So what I did is, since this was sanded down pretty bad, there was barely any pin left, I went ahead and basically recapped them in a sense, and laid some solder down, pulled it off with a wick, and we're going to see. I'm going to clean this up a little bit better because I can still feel flux paste on here. We'll go into the game room and try it out. I didn't do the complete backside, just a few that needed it, because the backside doesn't look nearly as bad as the front. And we're going to see if that makes a difference. I hope it does. I gave this about all I can do other than changing out the boards, which for a game of Punch-Out being a fun game and all, it's just simply not worth it. So let's head into the game room, get away from these construction sounds, and see if it's working now. Alright guys, so we are back in the game room, and I got this NES that I need to bundle and list, so it's just kind of convenient. We can test it on this one. Here is that Punch-Out. I've done just about everything I can to do, or that I can do to this, other than, you know, changing out the EEPROM itself, which I'm not going to fuss over. I told him I would give it a try, which I've fixed the traces, replated it. Let's just see if it's going to be any different. Good start so far. Come on, man. It's got to be the board's frying on it. There's nothing that I can do with that. I tried. I don't know if it loaded up this far. I should have tried it beforehand. But really, the only thing that I think that's going to save that game is simply swapping the EEPROM on there, which I'm not going to do. I'll send it back to him, as well as I think he was the one that sent the Pokemon game in there. This has not been a very successful episode as far as getting things done. We only got one PS1 Slim out there working. Hopefully you guys can let me know some ideas. I don't work on them often, so let me know down in the comments below what I should try, what I should do, and we will focus on that in the next episode. But as always, guys, I hope you all take care and enjoy the rest of your day.